Alright, so today we are going to be cleaning and feeding the leather on the Jag. It's an important step to take care of the leather on these. It is real leather, and they are known, in especially hot and sunny climates, to over time perish and crack. If you take good care of it though, they'll last a really long time. So if you haven't started feeding your leather yet, very important to do that as soon as possible. So I'm going to run you through what products to use, how to do the cleaning, and how to do the feeding of the leather itself as well. And at the end, as long as you maintain this on a semi-regular basis, you'll have good leather for the life of the car. So let's get started. So the best stuff to use is going to be this Connelly Leather Cleaner and Connelly Hide Care. This is the stuff that I believe is actually recommended by Jag themselves for taking care of the leather in their vehicles. And it's done an excellent job for me before. So this is going to be the stuff we use, and it's the stuff I would highly recommend. I believe I actually found this on Amazon, but I think you can buy it at some stores in the UK. I'm not sure about the US, but it is readily available. On top of that, you're going to need a small container and some water, and then a couple of soft cloths that are very clean to work with. So the initial step is going to be the cleaning, and I'm going to walk you through how to mix the solution and then how to actually go through the cleaning process. So we'll get started on that. So as far as mixing the actual cleaning solution, and this is on the directions themselves as well, it's going to be 12 parts water to 1 part cleaner. So I've actually already mixed this. I just am using a simple little Tupperware. This is basically just a mild detergent. And essentially, you just mix the two at that ratio, give it a quick stir to make sure it's evenly distributed, and it should be good to go. So you're going to take your cleaning cloth, and you're going to dip it into the solution, and you're going to wring out the excess. So you just want it to be damp, but not saturated, kind of like that. Alright, so as you can see, this is my armrest on the driver's side, and we got some dirt building up here from where I'm, resting my arm on it on the regular, and in the end, it's just going to happen over the use of the car. So I've got the cloth with the cleaning solution on it, like we just showed you, and you're just going to make gentle, small application circles like that. I'm not using hardly any force. I'm just making sure it's getting into the grain, and you can see it's lifting the dirt really nicely with minimal effort. This is extremely easy. And again, you don't want to go too hard on the leather, but it's cutting right through it. Alright, so now that you've cleaned off your surface, you're going to want to clean the cleaning solution off of it. For that, you just need some fresh water, and I'm just using a clean paper towel and just a little bit of the water, same deal, kind of wringing the excess moisture out. So there's almost none on there. And you're just going to give it a gentle wipe down just to get any of the cleaning solution off of the surface. And it suggests rotating the sections of the cloth that you're wiping with, just to make sure that it's a clean surface that you're wiping it down with. As you can see, that's already a huge improvement. So as you've seen, that was pretty straightforward. Basically, you're going to want to treat the rest of the leather in the vehicle the same way with the cleaning solution first. Make sure you get as much of the dirt out as you can, just to get it as clean as possible before moving into the feeding step. And then once you've handled that, just let it dry a little bit, and then we're going to move on to showing you how to feed your leather.
So, this is just after the cleaning treatment. You can definitely see the brightness in the leather. Just kind of taking the grubbiness off. The interior on this is in good shape overall for its age. But our main goal today is for feeding the leather. It's a little hard, and we want to get it to be supple again, just especially with the intense heat and UV we've got down here. You can really see how clean the armrests are now. Just a quick glimpse of a clean seat, the Connelly cleaning kit. The seat's 20 years old. It's not perfect, but it looks really nice, especially for a light color like this. These usually do not hold up well.
Alright, so we're ready to start actually feeding the leather now. Again, we're going to be using the Connelly Hide Care. Pretty straightforward application. Basically, you're going to be just dabbing a soft cloth into the treatment solution and just applying it. It suggests doing it sparingly if your leather's in pretty good shape. Again, with this being a little bit, you know, it's not far gone, but needs a little more help, I'm actually going to be slightly more generous with the application and really let it sit for a little longer, just to give it the best chance of kind of softening up and getting back to its kind of more supple nature. So you can see I'm using a white cloth here. And my purpose for doing that is just so I can see if it's picking up any dirt or anything like that a lot more easily, and then I can move on to another section of the cloth just to prevent from kind of spreading that around. And also you can see if you're starting to get a buildup of old solution or anything like that. So we'll show you how it looks on a section here, and you can kind of see it's a pretty easy application method, just slow and methodical. Okay, we're getting started. As you can see, the solution is kind of creamy. It looks almost like a mayonnaise. So it will pick up relatively easily onto your cloth. So again, I'm being a little more generous than what it would suggest. You can use a little less than this if your leather is not quite as in need as mine. But I'm going to start with just small areas, and like any cleaning, I would suggest working in areas that are easy to keep track of, so you don't, accidentally miss a spot. So I'm going to work with this panel right here, and I'm going to just make sure I cover the whole area all the way around to these seams. And then once I'm confident that I've gotten the whole thing, then I'm going to move into the next panel and so on and so forth. So I've still got a decent amount on the cloth here. And I'm just going to really work that in and make sure it has a good chance to settle in. So we're going to get a little more on here. We're going to kind of do this more front section now. And again, you can see I'm just working it in. I just want to leave it to where you can kind of see a sheen of it on the leather. It's a small section back here. All right, there we go. Just 100 more sections to go. All right, guys, so here we are a couple days later. I did a couple rounds of the leather food, and just took my time, made sure that it had a chance to sink into the leather properly. And I can tell you that the difference it made is actually pretty impressive. You can really feel the kind of like the suppleness come back. It's definitely a lot softer. You kind of almost don't realize how rigid the leather is starting to get until you can see the difference on the other side of it. I actually did a little more on the driver's seat over here than I did on the passenger seat initially, just so I could feel the difference. And I mean, the side-by-side really opened my eyes to how important it is to maintain these things. So again, hopefully the instructions we gave you, albeit very simple, will guide you the right way. It is definitely worth doing, and do it sooner rather than later, because if you let it go, it's just going to add rapid wear and tear to your seats that can otherwise be prevented. So again, the big takeaway is honestly the cleaning step. I do think it's worth doing, but it seemed like the deep clean that we did, the feeding, I guess, kind of inherently did a deep clean, and that seemed to pull most of the dirt out. It made the most notable difference in the brightness of the seats and everything as well. So, yeah, I mean, again, get the good stuff. I think I bought mine on Amazon, if I'm correct. Not 100% sure, but again, you'll be able to recognize the packaging. So just search for the Connelly cleaner and the leather or hide care product, and you shouldn't have any trouble finding it. So, yeah, I guess I appreciate you following along, and if you have any questions or anything, shoot them in the comments. Hopefully we'll be able to take care of you there. And if you haven't considered it already, please do think about liking and subscribing on this video. We really appreciate everyone that does. We've got a lot more good JAG content if you're a JAG person. So yeah, click along, and you'll see the extent of what we're doing with this car. And if you haven't already, check out some of the other videos on our channel. There's some pretty cool stuff out there. So thanks, and we'll catch you on the next one.